Session2. My name's Karen, and my TAE number is 474913174. Well, welcome back, Byron. It's so good to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. How has your last few shifts been here at Smart Office Supplies? How's it all going?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, just been working as usual. Yeah, plenty of shifts and it's good.
Fantastic.
Some of the stuff that we've spoken about and definitely thinking about a bit more. I wouldn't say that I am an expert, but I kind of.
Oh, you will be by the end of the third session, that's for
You
sure.
reckon?
Yeah, definitely,
Alright,
definitely.
no worries. But I'm thinking about it at least, but wouldn't say that I'm there yet.
Yeah, definitely. Have you noticed that you're starting to think about communication a lot more now? Like before, you didn't even think about it, and now you're like, oh, I'm communicating all the time, and I'm getting better at it.
Yeah. I'm still getting better, but definitely recognising that I'm communicating. Yeah. I hope I'm getting better, but yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Did you bring along those resources that we used last week?
Yeah. Got them both here.
Perfect. Perfect. And have you been able to utilise them?
Yeah. Yeah. I've used them more as like reflection rather than I find it. Someone asks me something, I just answer it. Like I find it. Then I reflect on it using the resource, and then I'm like, oh, I probably could have did that a bit better. But maybe for each time I'll get better by reflecting a little bit.
Have you sent any emails recently?
Yeah. Sent an email and
You met all your 5 C's here, making sure you got a connection, the clarity, the cause, concise and correct.
Yeah, definitely some of them.
Yep.
And I asked John to have a read of my email.
Great, good.
It was a complex type of email for something, and then I had to sort of make sure that it was okay.
Yeah, great.
So John checked it for me.
No, that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
We'll just go through the necessities of any sort of training session. Emergency exits still there and there like they were last week?
Same. We're in the same room.
No
same
obstructions
position.
or anything? No.
No, I can see both those and I know.
Cool. Fire extinguisher hasn't been used this week. Still there. Cool. Yep. You've got your water. Same as last week. It's just going to go for 30 minutes, and then you'll be right back on the floor there, helping your colleagues and the customers.
Righto.
I definitely appreciate taking the time to further your knowledge and your learning. It's really, really.
I don't think I had a choice, but yeah.
Yeah, you're engaging in it and you're willing to do it, so that's fantastic. It's really good.
Yeah.
And again, such a safe space here. So if you have any questions or anything needs clarifying, you can ask me now or put it in an email at the end.
Okay.
Was there anything last week that afterwards when you went home you thought, I definitely want to find out next week about anything in particular? Or are you happy just to go through the session plan that I've got today?
Yeah, I think if you just go through what you had, I think that was good last time, so we'll try that again.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to recap the important stuff. So just really quickly, what are the 5 steps to planning effective communication?
So firstly, you want to define the purpose of the conversation, the topic, what you're going to say. Know your audience, so if you're speaking to different types of customers, old people, young people, in between people. Structure your message. Choose appropriate medium. And practice and refine. Amazing. Really, really good. So we've spoken about communicating with the customers, our colleagues, everyone really. I think the really important thing that John and Sophie wanted you to focus on was communicating with stakeholders. Now, stakeholders, some people are going to be confused about what that means. Stakeholders is kind of everybody, but in the context of here at Smart Office Supplies, it's going to be your customers. Okay.
Because it's a really big focus on when you're a customer service assistant.
you want to keep the customer coming back, because then, you know, a repeat customer, they're going to purchase more goods, and then it's more financially beneficial for the business. Yep. And then you get paid, and everybody gets paid.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So you really want to make sure your customers keep coming back.
Cool.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Good, effective communication with your customers. It builds relationships. So it ensures collaboration and trust. Your customers are going to want to come back to your store because they trust you to get the product that they want and the amount that they want. They're not going to go to the competitive store down the road that they don't trust. Especially long-standing customers who put in frequent orders that need to be met as well. If you could imagine, if you really needed a certain number of computers or computer mouses or pens by a certain date for an event, and you know the business doesn't come through with it, you're not going to have trust in that business. So you want to make sure that you're building the trust with your customers. Good communication, it ensures that you understand what they want, okay, understanding their needs. You want to make sure you convey information clearly, and you want to provide regular updates to your customers, okay? So again, this can be done via verbal communication, over the phone, it can be done by written communication, but as long as you're providing regular updates through your communication, that is what's really, really important.
Okay.
So you can use your 5 steps here, and you can also use your other resource here to make sure it's there's a connection, clarity, cause. You got it all there. Perfect.
Thank you.
So the example is going to be that you are still the store supervisor here at Smart Office Supplies. A popular item, the computer mouse, it has a safety defect in it, and it must be recalled. So you need to verbally communicate this to a team of customer service staff. So all the staff that you work with at the morning briefing, so that they know how to respond to the customers. When the
this is just an example, and this actually hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't happened. This is still a very good mouse.
Cool. So you're saying that there's a problem with it inside. There's a safety risk. So sorry.
That's correct. And we've sent an email out to everyone who's purchased one, and so you need to let your team know how to make sure they respond appropriately to the customers when they bring back the defect.
I gotcha.
So what's going to be step number 1? Define the purpose. What's the purpose of this meeting going to be? To inform the staff of the recall?
I think that's appropriate. And we don't want to dilute the important information with this, because there could be quite a big significant safety risk, because someone might be significantly affected by this.
So the morning huddle, the purpose is going to be to inform the staff of the recall, so they know the next steps to take.
We want to be precise with that.
Number two is know your audience.
So
Audience is going to be your staff members.
And then they'll,
So a bit of mixed experience there. You can have juniors,
seniors,
new starters, old timers.
We've got a few old timers, they're like so due for retirement.
Oh, really? Okay. You want to make sure you structure your message. So we've spoken about that: beginning, middle, and an end.
Cool.
Start with the issue. You want to explain and give some context, and then tell them what the solution is, or what their next step is. What do you think the most appropriate medium is going to be? How are you going to deliver this?
It would be face to face, and maybe an email to the people who aren't on shift that day. If you can't do it like multiple times, then I think if you had a big chat face to face with as many people as you could, and then followed up the next day and had another chat, maybe like 2 days in a row, you could do face to face. Try and get everyone through it, or
definitely.
If you can't do that, then maybe do that and then follow up with the email, and then that way people could go back and read it, what the advice was. Maybe.
Exactly.
If you get what I say at the time, or I forget what the process is. We can refer back to what we've been instructed to do, and then that way we can, email is good.
I can already see you as so much more confident.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you really know what you're doing. So that's really fantastic. That's really good. You're coming across as really confident, knowledgeable. So I can already see you're making amazing progress. So that's really, really good.
Awesome.
When you are communicating with someone, as you sort of mentioned last time, you want to make sure you're also doing some listening as well. So communication is a two-way street. You want to make sure that whilst you also are talking to someone, you want to be listening to what they're saying as well. Because you might communicate so effectively to someone, but when they go to respond, if you're not listening, you're gonna lose their interest or their you're gonna lose them as a customer, or as a staff member. If you're not listening to them, you might just lose that staff. They're gonna leave and go somewhere else. So active listening is extremely important. What do you think constitutes effective active listening?
Well, actually listening to what they're saying would be a good start. So, engaging while they're talking, like I said, following along as it goes. Like, because sometimes if someone says lots and lots of information without you kind of breaking it up a bit by having a bit of back and forth conversation in there, you might struggle to interpret what they're saying.
Definitely.
If you don't understand what they're saying, maybe just ask them to explain it another way, or paraphrase, or so that you can better listen to what they're talking about.
So ask them to explain another way, and then if you're still not sure, you can paraphrase it back to them, being like, so just to clarify, this is what you want, or this is what you mean.
I feel like that would be beneficial.
It shows that you're actually listening to what they're saying. You're not just
acknowledging.
I'll restock that. Cool. No worries, and walk away, and then.
So you could acknowledge and then go, so you want me to do that?
Exactly. You want me to restock the computer mouses on aisle 3.
Okay. You're restating.
You're going to paraphrase it back to them.
I guess it's a good reminder too. What they said, because you might start to forget what they asked you to do, and then you're like, okay, they asked me to do that, and then
it's a good reminder, isn't it? It's like a little reminder in your brain. Okay, that's what they wanted me to do, and I'm not going to forget. Another really important part about active listening is you want to avoid interrupting. So sometimes that can be really challenging. Totally understand. And totally accidental as well, and it's never really intentional that you interrupt, but you want to make sure you avoid interrupting when you can.
I don't like being interrupted when I talk.
How does it make you feel?
Frustrated, because you're trying to say something, and if you're so and it's hard to get across what you're trying to say. People keep derailing your thought process, and it gets confusing, and then it is a bit frustrating, especially if they do it more than once. Once is okay. You're like, oh, okay, that's good, but then some people do it multiple times, and then if they don't, they should listen, and then they might understand what you're saying.
Wait till they finish talking so you hear the whole conversation. It's like if a customer came in today to Smart Office Supplies and said, can you show me where the paper, and then you interrupt them, and I'll show you where the A4 pieces of paper are, and then, well, no, they want to know where the really fancy glossy paper. They want to know where the glossy paper is.
Okay.
But you just interrupted them, and they get frustrated. And you know what? They might just turn around and leave.
True. True.
So it's really good to just calm, patient, wait till they finish talking, and then you're focusing on your listening skills. And again, we'll go on to we can touch on non-verbal body language today as well, non-verbal communication, because that also comes into active listening, is showing with your eyes that you're listening to them, and your head movements, like nodding your head, agreeing to what they're saying, or like shaking your head. Even your hand gestures are actually quite important with non-verbal as well. They do say that by opening your palms, it actually softens someone's presentation, whereas the back of your hands is like closed off, and you know you can do that. So open body language is also very important with active listening. If you're just standing like that, you might be listening, but you're not really showing that you're engaged.
True.
So and open body language is really, really good.
True.
What here at Smart Office Wise, what are, let's say, 3 things? If you can only think of one thing, that's okay as well. But try and think of 3 things that stop you from listening to someone. What sort of influences affect you hearing what someone's saying?
If someone yells at me, I don't tend to listen. I tend to get frustrated back. So if someone's really rude and yelling, it's kind of like my reaction is to yell back or to not listen at all. Like it doesn't work well for me. When, like similar to swearing, same sort of thing. If they're saying too much, when they're saying like too many words, and you kind of just get a bit distracted.
Overwhelmed.
Or like I start thinking about something else, but because they're still talking and they're not saying anything that sounds that important or like something that I can do anything about, so you tend to stop listening. I think they're the couple of things. Or if I feel really anxious in situations, I find that I can't think or listen. So I struggle there.
What about external noises?
So obviously it's hard to hear if there's other noises or if there's like a lot happening in a room.
So if you've got that in the background, bit of noise, kind of makes it really hard to listen to someone, doesn't it?
Sometimes we do have quite a lot of noise. A
Yeah.
lot of people talking.
Christmas time, holidays, school holidays, people are coming in weekends. So when you've got this really loud noises or distractions, what would help you hear what someone's saying? What could you do?
Or you could ask them to move away from the noise, turn the noise off.
Good point.
You could try and reduce it or eliminate it if it's overwhelming.
Definitely. So not always possible to stop everyone at the shop from talking, but you might be able to find a more quiet aisle away from the registers with all the ding, 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 and next and stuff like that. You can go to, just come down to this next aisle and it's a bit quieter down here. So try and think about the things that can best help you hear and listen better. Big night last night, wasn't it?
I was tired,
Get up to anything exciting?
No, nothing.
No?
Nothing to report.
No, nothing, pretty boring.
You
had to get up early for work today.
Sure. Go for that.
I hear it. So another thing, what about dealing with refund requests? Does that ever happen here often at Smart Office Supplies? Do people often come back and say, I want a refund on this?
All the time. It's really frustrating when they don't bring their receipt. Because it's like a policy that we have to have the receipt, and then you got to tell them that like you can't refund it, and they get frustrated again. And all the time people want to return things that they thought they wanted or they don't like, or they tried to use it and they didn't enjoy using it, or
So you want to make sure you're communicating clearly with them so that you hear their complaint and you understand, and then you want to be able to calmly offer a resolution, a solution to what issue they might have. So you've still got your planner here, so you can write out your plan and rub it out when you're done.
Cool.
So you're a sales assistant here at Smart Office Supplies, okay? So you're not the supervisor today, you're on the floor. And you're a customer sales assistant. You have been notified that a customer has emailed to request a refund for an item they claim was defective, The item is not eligible for a refund under the store policy, but you can offer a store credit instead. So I want you to, if you can, draft a professional and empathetic email response to the customer. We want to make sure that the message has a polite greeting at the start, okay? You want to explain what the store policy is, and you want to offer a store credit and a closing that encourages continued business.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to step through this bit by bit. So you might start by saying, and you can write this down if you like, got some paper there. We're going to draft an email.
Okay.
So you might say, dear, let's say the name was Mrs. Smith. Dear Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to have a polite greeting. So what's a polite greeting? I hope you're well.
I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, or thank you for reaching out to us regarding the recent purchase.
Yep.
You might want to show some empathy. Okay, so I'm sorry to hear that we didn't meet your expectations. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yep. I'm sorry to hear that the item didn't meet your expectations.
Yeah.
You want to outline the reason why it's been declined. So after reviewing your request, you might say something like, the item in question is not eligible under the store refund policy.
Yeah.
And another good thing to do for this is you can always include the store policy, couldn't you?
True.
It's a bit of evidence.
True, yeah. You say that you're not just like
not just making it up.
Talking BS, yeah.
You can say, please see attached store policy.
Yeah. See attached, yeah.
Yeah, see attached, that's right.
See attached, yeah.
You want to make sure that you continue their business. So the way to go about that might be, we understand that your satisfaction is important. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're happy to offer a store credit.
Yeah.
Okay, that way they're not getting a refund, but you know.
And then obviously I can read the policy as well. And make sure that it's correct.
Exactly, and you probably have John read through the email before you send it back, because you don't want to be offering a store credit if it's not appropriate. So but that way, you know, we'd like to offer you a store credit so that you can use it on your future purchases.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then finish it off by saying, please give us a call if you'd like to use the store credit, or if there's anything else we can assist you with.
Yeah.
And my favourite bit down the bottom is to make sure they keep coming back, is we appreciate your continued business.
Oh, that's
and
a good idea.
we look forward to helping you again soon.
Okay, nice. Yep.
Something like that.
That's really good, yeah.
And then down the bottom, it's always good to put like your name.
Name?
Yep, your name and smart office supplies and your business contact number. So not your personal, but that's perfect. That's really good.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. You've written that really, really well.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you're getting so good at this.
Cheers.
You're doing really, really well.
Thank you.
How did that feel to you?
Yeah, you used a lot of good words that I typically would be a bit more simple. So I feel like that was really good. Yep. Broadened my horizon a little bit there. Took me on a bit of a journey.
Yeah, a journey is always good.
True. And this template is quite beneficial.
Yep.
To sort of structure the email.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Non-verbal body language doesn't so much come into email writings, but when you're dealing with a customer, do you think it's beneficial, as we spoke about with the hand gestures and Yeah,
I think so, because I've seen people who like do this and it's really hard to sort of understand what they're thinking.
And if a customer came in and you said to them, "Oh, can I help you today?" What do you reckon?
You might get a complaint. Yeah.
Or, "Hey, can I help you today? How can I help?"
You might get a complaint.
Well, being really happy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But if you're too happy as well, like if you're joking and laughing and stuff like that as well. Yeah. Sometimes people do that, and like a couple of the well, males do as well, but a couple of females get together and they get real happy and they're quite
high-pitched voice.
and they're really excited, and
that's it. Yeah.
the customer gets disappointed when they
We'll just take a moment to stretch our legs. Let's practice some non-verbal body language. So let's see, like when you're walking around the store, because again, customers want to be able to approach you as well. So, what's a body language that might show that you really don't want to help the customer? It's non-verbal, so you're not going to say anything, but what are you doing in the aisle that's like...
Most wouldn't look at them.
Yeah.
Just don't make eye contact.
Yeah. If they're walking towards you, you quickly walk away.
They can't see you, you can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And what about someone who is approachable, and what sort of body language would that look like, an approachable person?
Well, they'll be trying to engage you, I think, and they'll be open.
Yep.
Looking your way, looking at your direction, and...
So let's get up and practice. Let's stretch our legs a little bit. So we're just going to have a little walk around practice of like, let's do bad posture to start with. Like, what are you going to do in the customer aisle if, you don't really want to...
Yeah. So
you're going to avoid them, aren't you?
Don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, it might just be leaning over.
Yeah.
Leaning against the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, what's good body language? Like, what's an approachable customer service going to look like?
Oh, you could say, g'day.
Yeah.
How you going?
Yeah. You've got shoulders back, you're confident. Yeah, that's some good body language as well. So really good in the workplace.
Cool.
So it's not all about just, the head up. It's,
everything else.
Everything else as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fantastic. That's perfect.
Right.
Good to stretch your legs too, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't like sitting down too much.
No. Alrighty. Well, doing really, really good.
Cool.
Paraphrasing. We've touched on that earlier. What does paraphrasing mean to you?
Just summarising, like rewording something. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Trying to say something in a different way. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good.
Yeah. So when a supervisor gives you this really long-winded task, Byron, today at 3 o'clock, I need you to restock aisle 14 with the computers and the laptops. And then rambles on a few other things. How would you, if you're getting a bit lost in the conversation, how might you paraphrase that at the end?
Just to confirm.
Yeah, just to confirm, you want me to restock at 3 o'clock today? You want me to restock aisle 3 with the computers and laptops?
Was there anything else?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that they didn't miss something that... Or I know you said something else, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
And he might remind you what you missed.
That's it. So let's practice. I'm a customer and I've come into the shops, and you can write this down if you like. So today I've had a crazy hectic day. It's been absolutely so hectic. I've got so much stuff to do. The boss is on my back and the kids are just driving me up the wall. I need to get 10 boxes of these pens here, 8 mouses and 5 computers. And I need it today, and I need it now, and I need an invoice for it. Can you help me?
Yeah, I suppose I can. Yeah. What was the most important thing that you'd need right now?
10 pens.
10 pens?
10
okay,
pens,
I'll go get those 10 pens for you.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I'll put them there. What's the second most important thing that you'd need today?
I needed 5 computer mouses.
Okay, I'll go get them for you. I'll bring them back and put them down.
And then I needed 3 computers as well.
Alright, cool, I'll go get them.
Perfect. Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, you got down to 1 task at a time. So that was really good. Another way to do that, you could be like, oh, I'm so sorry, had a crazy day. Can I just confirm 10 of these, 5 of these, and 3 of these. That way you're paraphrasing back and they're going to go, yeah, that's great. The downside to getting one thing at a time is it might be very time consuming. So sometimes that whole paraphrasing is really, really good and time efficient. So just to recap, 10 of these, 5 of these, and 3 of these. And they're going to say, yeah, that's correct. Or no, I wanted 20 of these. And that way, that's what paraphrasing is all about.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
How is all of that today? So it's a bit more practical, a lot more examples than there were last week. Last week was all about just planning how to do it. And today we've been putting it into practice with some non-verbal stuff as well. Does it all sort of sink in? You're finding it helpful?
Yeah, very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Going forward to next week, do you feel like you need any more resources? Like, do you want anything written out more, or do you prefer if I did a video on something or show you an example of something? Is there any particular way you like to learn?
I like hard copies of things, so I'll bring my these 2 documents and my notebook here. I like paper, so I'm a bit more of a visual touch kind of person, so I'll just stick with this if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Cheers.
Any questions?
Nah, all good, thanks.
All good. Alrighty, so we've got our last session next week, and then I think, unless you need any more assistance after that, that'll be done. So if you have any questions before next week, the email is just down the bottom there again, so you can flick me an email. And if there's any specific topics that we haven't covered yet that you want to make sure we cover in the last session, make sure you send me that email so we can make sure we tick that off completely.
Roger that.
All right, perfect. All right, well, I hope you have a lovely afternoon, Byron. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your shift.
Thank you.
All righty, take care.